See that the DAX over in Germany right now, she's trading up 26 points. The FTSE's up 31 points out here. A little bit of a mixed bag in Asia last night. What I mean by that is the Nikkei finished up 100 points. That's about a little over 0.5% out there, whereas the Shanghai off 0.75%. That means it only had to move down 17 points. It closed at 2309. The Hang Seng off 88 points, about 0.33% out there. So where do we begin our day? Let's begin our day, with a flat market out here. Let's go take a look at a couple of intraday charts out here, and let's look at the intraday charts. Let's look at the 120-minute time frame charts out here. Let's look at the 4 index futures counts out here, and then we're going to start off with the Nasdaq. Now it's a 2-hour chart we're looking at. So this bar right here at the 8 a.m. bar, you can see it moved higher with one of Stevie's favorite patterns. It moved higher with less relative strength out there. Now, these patterns here, they exist. They can resolve themselves by simply continuing to move higher. You've got to have some type of reversal signal out there. Those candlesticks are so important. In fact, if I were going to write a book, and I'd love to write a book, and I should write a book out there, I could put it all together for you. The psychological piece of it, the technical piece of it, where it is, when you pull the triggers out here. Well, we wouldn't be pulling a trigger inside the NQ at this stage until we see a reversal signal. We do not have that as of yet, but this bar here, it's got 47 minutes to finish out. So we won't know until 10 a.m. till we're going off the air whether or not this is a reversal area at all. If we take a look at a number of different patterns that we've got out here, we look at the horizontal line going across my screen. So price has been moving higher on less relative strength out there. No reversal sign. Just a cautionary sign. Just a yellow flag out there. And we'll see if the race is going to resume back to the, is it the green flag that they drop? I think it is. Whichever flag it is to resume the race higher out there. You can see the red dashed line going across my screen. That's your market profile high. In fact, John Logan kicks us off each morning at 8 o'clock, and he is the master of the TAS market profiles out there. What we know is those are resistance areas. So we've got 2 forms of resistance in what is arguably the strongest, and it is. Now, you don't have to argue. It is the strongest indice, the strongest futures contract out here. So we want to pay attention as to what's going on in strength. Now, in the case of the NASDAQ, let's assume that we see a little bit of selling here into the next couple hours or what have you. That would be unusual, wouldn't it? But let's just assume that we do that. Hey, if we utilize our market profiles out here, not until we see it close below 39.32 on a 2-hour basis is that going to give us any kind of a signal out here. If we take a look at let's take a look at the bullish and the bearish. So that's the potential of the bearish because of the pattern out there. If we take a look at bullish patterns out here, let's just take a look at just the normal A to B equals CD. And our 8 point is going to be this swing low that starts right out here at 4 a.m. That was 4 a.m. last Friday. That's when the market made a low. The A to B point, the B point took place at 12 noon. That was on August the 10th. Then it retraces back, creates this little morning star candle formation, 3-candle configuration. That candle configuration between 12 noon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and 4 p.m. That was on August 12th. So we've got our C point in place. If the market's going to continue to move higher, take out this potentially bearish pattern out here, it says that we ought to see the NASDAQ move up to a level of 37.94. Is that where it will move to? Well, I don't know. I would say it probably moves further than that. If it is able to take out this potentially bearish area that we're in right now, I'd have to say 39.99 would be inside the cards. Nonetheless, a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD would take you up in that 37.94 level out there. And that is with an A to B equals CD pattern. That is in the NASDAQ. If we try to understand where our Chapman wave peak counts might be, well, it looks like you could be at a peak F with G to potentially follow out there. So there are some indications of potential. I do say some potential reversals in hand in the 120-minute chart, and that's for the NASDAQ. Now, let's go take a look at what you could argue would be the weak link out here, and that would be the Dow. And if we look at the Dow, we'll go through and do the same kind of pattern. What you'll see here is you'll see a price relative strength divergent pattern. That's in play here right now as we speak, as we are dealing with this 10 a.m. session bar. In order to get some kind of reversal signal, you'd need to see it close below the open of the 8 a.m. bar. That price point is 16,611. That's what you would need. You'd need some additional follow-through between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. So now we know what to look for. Potential topping pattern. We can also see that price is traveling on the 120-minute time frame above its resistance area above its unfair high out there, and that's right around the 16,625-ish area, 16,626. So as long as it stays above that, everything on the 120-minute time frame is all systems go. A close below 16,549. That delivers with it another message, a message of a retracement or maybe even something further along the lines. Now, if we take a look at a continued breakout inside of the Dow futures, where would that take us to? Well, let's go take a look at that A to B equals CD pattern. Let's start at that same low at 4 a.m. Let's come up to the high at 12 noon on August the 10th. And the retracement down here into the bar of 12 noon on August the 12th. A 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. That'll take you up to the price point of 16,838. So if, in fact, price is able to take out the high that we saw here during this during the 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. hour, by the way, that high is... there we go. That high, by the way, is 16,658. Now, when I mean take it out, I mean close above that. That is likely where price would be headed to, and that is on the Dow futures. If we take a quick peek and see where we're at from a count standpoint, it looks like the only way to really do that is say that the Dow futures are in that fourth level of its Chapman wave move to the upside. If we go take a look at the Russell 2000, let's go take a look at the Russell 2000. Now, I've got a 10-minute delay here, just simply not willing to pay for the extra dollars for the data feed just to pick up 10 minutes on the Russell. But if we do take a look at it, price is traveling right into its resistance area of its market profile, right around the 1141 area. Now, it hasn't participated over the course of the last couple of days. In a real bull rally, you wouldn't really see this. That doesn't mean that it can't get its act together, but it does need to get its act together. Now, from the A to B equals CD price projection on here, what we'd be looking at, the A point, the actual low came in at about midnight, and that was back on August the 7th. That's going to be our A point. Our B point, nice wide-ranging bar up here at 12 noon on August the 10th. And then it forgot that everybody else was moving higher after it formed a C point, a little hammer candle, and that was down here at the 4 p.m. close on August the 12th. It has a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD price projection, and if it's going to get its act together, and if it does get its act together, I would venture to say that it'll be a signal, not that it'll lift markets, just a signal that we've got all the troops, all the bullish troops in the right formation out here. That right formation, well, that would take the Russell 2000 to the 1167 area. So inside the Dow, inside of the NASDAQ, in fact, let me just throw up here before we go to break, inside of the ES Mini out here, let me put the September contract. Inside each of those, we've got that potential for this price RMI, Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal pattern, that could be identifying a top. We won't know until they release the hounds out there. And the question is, are they going to be releasing bulls or bears? To tell you the truth, I don't know. But we're going to find out. And when we do know, we'll understand where price is headed to. 877-927-6648. This is Steve Rhodes and TFNN. We'll be right back, please.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Investors, Taz Market Research delivers to its subscribers expert commentary on the analysis of 15 different markets each day. Get this invaluable and timely information through the daily market research videos Taz Market Research produces each day before 9 a.m. The video analysis will include reports on currencies, interest rates, indices, metals, energies, grains, and more. You'll be able to gauge where high profitability setups are in each of the markets. Receive a free 2-week trial subscription to Taz Market Research videos on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks, in the pre-market out here. Moving to the upside, Kohl's Corp, KSS. KISS is the ticker symbol out here. Out with numbers, net income of $232 million versus $231 from the prior year, and sales flat as well, $4.24 versus $4.29 billion. Nonetheless, trading up slightly. Close at 55.11, trade out at 56.95 right now. What Kohl's needs to do is take out its swing point from August the 8th, and that swing point high is 56.23. So it's going to attempt to do that today. 3.1 million shares up there. If it can get above that, that'll set up an A to B equals CD to the upside. That A to B equals C to the upside would give you a price projection here of about, oh, come on. There we go. I just forgot to click on the tool out here. That would give you a price projection somewhere in the range, a nice price projection, about 59.36. That's if it takes out its B point with volume. That was on Kohl's, KSS. Rice Energy, RICE is a ticker symbol. She closed out at 27.47. She's trading at 28.07 right now. It says expects offering. So what, it's going to float some more shares out here? President intends to use offering proceeds. Okay, so I won't spend a whole lot of time. How about Plug Power? PLUG. That's on and off our screens out here, sometimes as breakouts, and it has been sometimes as breakdowns. Now, they came out with net income of $3.8 million versus a loss of $9 million from the prior year out here. Now, Plug, I think, is tied in quite a bit. If I'm not mistaken, maybe someone in the den will be able to tell me. And that is that... Plug, I think, is tied in a lot to Tesla out there. But nonetheless, here's, you can see there's the what's interesting, this is a daily chart here for Plug. Well, let's go take a look at how is it that you could trade this. Where's the information inside Plug? Well, number one, you got a huge key reversal session that took place on March the 11th. But what's interesting, if you take a look at that actual trading session, it was a high volume high. High volume high. So at some point in time, and it's untested, at some point in time, what Plug wants to do is trade back up to that level being 1172. So somewhere between the low of that session, which is 595, which in essence is where it's trading at right now, and 1172. Now, what's interesting here about Plug is that if we take a look, and we kind of leave that left-hand side. We know what we've got on the left-hand side, and we take a look at what it's done here recently. Now, it made a bottom, made a low out here back on the trading session of May the 8th. That low out here inside Plug was at $3.62. Now, you had a little sign of strength that took place. It was not a wide-ranging bar, but it was accelerated volume. It was on the trading session of May 13th out there. And that was your first indication that, okay, maybe this thing is off of the bottom out here. Your real indication that this thing came off of the bottom, though, was on the trading session here of June 18th. Why? Because we have wide price spread and accelerated volume there. That's what you like to see. Now, what's kind of cool about this stock pattern out here, for those of you that were following Plug, or you just take a look at any other stock patterns out here, ideally, price will go ahead and pull back into the breakout area. And that's exactly what Plug did here. Now, what's nice is if we put and we utilize all the many different tools that we share with you here at TFNN, if you combine everything together, you now have a breakout session, right? So you can learn that from The Art of Timing the Trade. Tom's book, you ought to have that on your shelf out there. And when price pulls back into a breakout area, you like to see it do it on lighter volume. We'll take a look at the trading session of July 10th, 4.8 million shares versus a breakout of 57 million shares. Yeah, I'd say so. And what was it also doing at that time? How about that? It was testing the lower boundary, the unfair auction, the lower profile of the TAS market profile out there. I mean, to the T. And it tested it for really a couple of days out here. And then you got your next sign of strength. The next sign of strength, little gap up, wide price spread, some accelerated volume on July the 15th. Now what we've seen Plug do, what it is doing here right now, we've seen a couple other signs of strength. This candle right up here at the highs, and that's going to be tested. That's 633. What did I say it's trading at here today? 634. How does that work out? I don't know. So that high is going to be tested. And the question is it going to be able to get over that high? And if it does, then you've got some A to B equals CD patterns that this can be setting up. Now, the cool thing, actually, about Plug, other than going really back to the left-hand side of the screen out here, you can really make the case, if it does take that out, that it is going to be an A to B equals CD to the upside. The small one here inside of Plug, I'd say you come down right here to that market profile low from July the 10th. That becomes our A point. This is just the smaller one, that high volume-ish high out here from July 22nd. And then a little retracement down into resistance. Old resistance became what? New support, and that was on August the 1st. So this says 732, probably more like 792, probably this trading session all the way back here from April 21st is likely where Plug is headed to. After we get the market open, we've got a couple of requests in the Tiger's Den. One is to take a look at Franco, Nevada. The other is the 10-year Treasury note, I believe. But we'll do everything that we can to assist all of you Tigers and Tigerses. This is Steve Rhodes at TFNN. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization trading capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
To the races. We got the Dow up 19 points, straight out of 16,670. S&P up 3.5 at 1950. NASDAQ Composite up 5 at 44.39. Russell 2000 up a point at 11.42. Out there, gold back 80 cents, trading at 13.13. Leading the charge, the upside, Advanced Auto Parts up about $6, up nearly 5%. Green Mountain Coffee Roasters up a couple bucks. Palo Alto Networks, PANW up $2. Baidu up a couple bucks. Tesla up 90 cents. Kohl's up $1.77. Amazon up $1.42. To the downside, Red Robin Gourmet doesn't sound too gourmetish to me. I think that is a hamburger joint out there. It's off 19%, off $12. We'll take a look at that. Noodles and Oodles. Now there's an IPO. I think those are the guys, or a couple of the guys there were originally from Chipotle, but boy, they don't have the formula here inside of Noodles. Nobody in that stock is in a profit position, I believe. Franco, Nevada was a request by one of our dinners out there, so let's go take take a look at Franco-Nevada, down $2.80 right now, trading out at 58.06, so it's off about 4.5%. And the question was to take a look at it on a long-term chart, so we'll go do that. Let's work our way backwards inside of Franco-Nevada out here. Now, as we work our way backwards on the daily chart, right now it's trading out at $58. I want to take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern. I want to see if this is confirmed out here. And what I'm looking at is the swing point on a daily chart from February 21st. And that high out there is 53.70, volume 600,000 shares out there. And what we can see, if you're watching my crosshairs, what we can see here on the chart is you can see the wide-ranging bar as price was moving through there. So it wide-ranging bar. I'm going to assume we had a volume, but we're going to go take a look for sure. Again, 600,000 shares was the number. Here's the bar, 1.1 million shares. So what this has on the daily basis at this stage is a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. Let's go get a price measurement. Maybe it's already been attained. I don't know. Let's go take a look. The A point is going to be the swing low from December 5th, 2013. The B point is going to be that swing that we were looking at on February 21st. And the C point is going to be a pullback into a low that was formed on April 21st, 2014. 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the upside. Oh, come on, work for me here. I'm having a little... There we go. How about that? Oh, how about that? Yesterday and the day before, it completed the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. Now, I didn't know that. And I wanted to go out there and measure that. So the work to the upside right now inside of Franco-Nevada, in essence, is complete with regard to that pattern. And now it's pulled back, it's gapped down, and volume behind the gap down is pretty healthy. Now 61.32 was the exact A to B equals CD to the upside. The actual high yesterday was 61.38. See, these are great price projection tools, are they not? 2 days ago. Yesterday's high, I take it back, was 61.47. Okay, so you've got one pattern that is complete out there. Let's go ahead and delete it. Now, does it mean that it has to stop there? No. In order for this Franco-Nevada to get bearish or anything like that, or in order for it to change its trend, because it has been on a nice trend on the daily charts to the upside, we don't see any real significant volume off of the highs or anything. The only volume day to the downside was July 15th. And the volume there was 928,000 shares, but that was going into what? That was going into 1.1 million shares from June the 19th out there, and it had a high volume, high-ish candle as well on July 10th. So price was just pulling back into its market profile low. That really should be the next area of support on the way down. If it cracks that, we'll really have to evaluate volume as it's pulling back into its last sign of strength out here, or the sign of strength that we're looking at where there's a gap, which is June 19th. So $55 is a important level of support for Franco-Nevada on the daily time frame out there. And if we take a look at a weekly time frame, let's switch over to the weekly. Let's go see if the weekly had taken out the swing point with volume as well. That was a trading session of February of 2014, 2.8 million shares was taken out with 3 million shares. So you had a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside on the weekly chart. So it did its work. It completed that smaller A to B equals CD pattern. Right now, price running into resistance. The resistance, it's a market profile high out there. That fair auction at $58.93. So it needs to close above that. Support inside of Franco-Nevada, $52.87 on the weekly chart, that unfair low. So that's the pattern out here. What you also have, though, is you've got a 100% move of a move. And what I mean by that, folks, is if you take a look at the actual highs on a weekly chart out here from October the 1st, you'll see it made a high at 61.60. Volume out there was 1.4 million shares. Now, last week it moved into it with 2.4 million shares. So not too shabby. This week it's also moved into it and it's done 1.4 million shares. So more volume last week, but there's a lot of time left in the trading week, right? We got all day today, all day tomorrow. What we do know is price was moving up into that swing point. It rejected that swing point, but it says it should be back up there to try to take out that level. So 61.60. So a real breakout inside of Franco-Nevada. And this is now at this stage here, you could call it a consolidation type pattern out here. And the consolidation lows being that's level out here from June 24th. And that's out at June 24th, 2013, $31. The high being, $61. It's got about a 30-point move if it can take out the highs here from October the 1st and do it with more than 1.4 million shares out there. But first, it needs to close above that candle session. Again, that number is 6160. Otherwise, maybe it's just going to simply travel sideways on the weekly basis, so long as it doesn't close below 5287. 5287 would be a buy point. Now, what's the monthly chart here show us for Franco-Nevada? Let's go see what the monthly chart, clearly, that's going to show us our double top, our 100% move of a move. Let's take a look at the volume out here. So the volume was the month of October in 2012, 5.9 million shares, and this month, we are, how many days into it? 14 calendar days into it, and we got volume of 4.2 million shares. So on a monthly basis, Franco-Nevada is pushing the highs with volume. That says, on a monthly basis, you get a close above $61.60, and you've got a huge A to B equals CD pattern to the upside that would be out there. Give you an idea of where that says that it could take it over the long haul out here. Well, that long haul, you'd come all the way back to October 1st, 2008. That would be your A point. There we go. Your B point's going to be that swing from October of 2012. Your C point's going to be the low here in June. And that says that Franco-Nevada, when and if it can take out that monthly swing, says $84 and a penny out there. So I hope that assists you with your Franco-Nevada analysis out there. Now, had a second request, and that second request was to go take a look at the 10-year Treasury. So let's do that, the futures contract. Let's take a look at our TAS profile out here. TAS profile, 10-year Treasury note, ZN. There we go. So let's take a look. There's going to be a little bit of a delay here, about maybe not. I should have a delay. Hey, nonetheless, let's take a look. It's trading out right now to 126. At 13, and so you got it's up above its market profile high, which is 126.03. Got above that this morning, staying above that. Old resistance should become new support. If we take a look at A to B equals CD patterns on this as well. This is a daily chart. Okay, good. So we're looking at a daily chart out here. I'm just going to try to pull this back on the daily. That didn't work real well. Try to get some type of a feel. What I'm looking for here is I'm looking for the expansion pattern, because this would have a potential butterfly sell pattern. And when I'm looking at the expansions that I'm looking at this doji candle right here from May 29th. So if we take a look at the May 29th high and come down to the low that was put in here on June the 18th, price right now, as you can see, and these Fibonacci expansions and retracements are really great tools for helping us to identify where price is headed to. And what we can see is the level of 126 and 0.1530 seconds out there, that level is your 1.272 expansion. So here's what I would say, and that's basically a butterfly pattern. Now, no reversal signal or anything along those lines. You got a little doji candle out here. That was on the trading session of August 8th. But how you would really use that candle is you'd use that high as a resistance level out there. So any close above 126.17, that's the, oops, was that right? No, the high was 126.17. A close above that, and then you're going to say that price should move up to the 1.618 expansion level, and that would take it to 127.07 out there, and that's in the 10-year Treasury, and that's taking a look at the daily charts. It is a time to just be cautious, because it's made that butterfly sell pattern. In order to have a butterfly sell, you've got to have an A to B equals CD. Well, you can see the A to B equals CD pattern here. That's we'll show you that. We'll just display that on the screen. You'd use the low from the trading session of July 3rd. That's your A point. Your B point's high from July 18th. Your C point's that retracement down into July 31st. So right now, you are also near a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD at the 126.68-ish type of level out there. That is what the daily chart shows us. Let's take a look at a weekly chart out here. See what kind of information we've got market profile-wise. As you can see, it still maintains the other pattern that I had in there. I'm going to go ahead and delete that for the moment. That's the expansion pattern. Okay, now on a weekly basis, this is last week it got into full-out bullish mode, closing above that market profile of 125.18. So this week here, it's been a test of resistance. And at this stage here, says that it wants further prices. Now, if we take a look at where you would normally target, where price would go to, well, the 100% move of a move on the weekly chart takes you all the way back in the April 29, 2013 level. So you'd have to say that that's really its target area. That high out there is 127.24. I think that was pretty close to that 1.618 expansion of its last set of swing points out there. So it looked to me like on the 10-year Treasury note that is where it's headed to. Not until you see it get back below that market profile resistance area would there really be any other message that you could take from it. And then finally, let's go take a look at the monthly chart out here. The monthly chart, let's go get a feel for where this may be headed to. And you can see a huge trend to the upside that looks like that was broken. Let's go see if it's actually testing that trend line. Now, this is coming back to the time period of June 1st, 2007. And here's the trend line. Okay, so there's the trend line, and it was broken out there. Oops, didn't mean to do that. There we go. So you can see it was broken back here the month of June 2013. And what we have going on right now has basically been a consolidation. So on a monthly chart, this has been consolidating for over a year from April of 2012. That is the bottom of the consolidation. The top of the consolidation is where price is likely headed to, which is that 127.24, 127.24 level. But if it can take that out, 127.24, happens to be the market profile high on a monthly basis, then you've got continued bullish moves. But you'd have to say that 127.24 is really the target. So I hope that helps my good friend Oda Nobunaga, one of the three generals that helped to unify Japan back in the 1500s out there. You got to love that name. In fact, Oda Nobunaga, he's the one that is really credited. When you take a look at Japanese candlestick chart, you want to go understand how far back that goes. When we take a look at the pattern out there called the Three River or Four River or Five River, as many rivers as you want, Morningstar pattern. As I take a look at FNB on a monthly basis out here, here's the pattern, or one of the patterns that is named after him, and that is this trading session right here. This is a monthly chart for FNB. That was the month of November 2013, December 2013, and then January 2014. That gave you a reversal signal. That set up, by the way, support on a monthly basis inside of FNB at 37.04. That happens to be the monthly profile low inside of that equity out there, and there is the pattern. That's the bottoming pattern out there. Likewise, you've got a evening star pattern out there, also named after our man Oda. Now, let's go take a look at some things that are moving in the markets out here. Let's see what we've got. Today's movers and shakers to the upside right now. Moving, you've got Perrigo Company. PRGO is the ticker symbol. That's up $9 and change, up a nice 6% out here. Let me see, what are their earnings? Revenues of $1.1 billion versus $0.97 billion. So congrats on topping the $1 billion mark out there. $131 million in net income versus $118. Let's take a look at the daily chart out here and see where Perrigo may be headed to. Again, up $9 and change. Hey, has a high volume high. Got any indication of where Perrigo may be headed to? Oh, that's right. That's where she is. She is likely headed to. That price point, by the way, 160.65. So it's up nicely with the volume of 548,000 shares. Last time it showed any kind of weakness was back here on August the 6th. 2 million shares to the downside. Not really a ton of volume. It's got more volume to the upside. A close today above 146.75. That would be your bullish message that Perrigo, PRGO, wants to go test that high from July 14th out there. Yeah, I'd say that is where she wants to head to. Let me pull this back a little bit further. Yeah, I see no reason for it to not head out there. Let's take a look at some other equities here. How about Advanced Auto Parts? AAP is the ticker symbol. You know, I'm in my area. I'm starting to see a lot of O'Reilly auto parts stores open up. I forget their ticker symbol. It's probably ORLY. That would be my guess. In any event, 8779276648. We've got the Dow up about 14, S&P down up 3. We'll be right back, folks.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. Funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com. Eastern legend tells of a fair maiden who was offered a rare gift by the king of the land, a bag of pearls. The king promised that she could keep the largest, most perfect pearl she could find with these 3 conditions. 1, choose only 1 pearl. 2, remove 1 pearl at a time, accept or reject it. And 3, if rejected, it would be lost forever. She began by looking at the pearls, passing on many special treasures. She delved deeper into the bag, and soon the pearls were replaced with pebbles. Sadly, she went home empty-handed. Folks, replace pearls with time, because we cannot go back even 2 seconds. We live in the eternal moment of now. So when now are you going to take advantage of my offer to you, a subscription to my daily investment newsletter service, Mastering Probability, where you can experience the most incredible pearls for trading and investing, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator and Strategy. The offer? It gets better. A 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't go home empty-handed. Mastering Probability. Available on the homepage of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow futures, forget the Dow futures. The Dow is up 10 points. S&P is up 2. NASDAQ up 2 points here. Russell 2000 up 85 cents. Gold's up $1. Silver up 10 cents right now. I mentioned Noodles and Company out here down a nice 21 healthy percent. Now, not nice. If you were somebody who bought into that IPO out there, you are in some major trouble out here. Just the monthly chart. Put this on the screen out here. You can see no one in a a profit position inside of noodles. So where will this head to? Not a clue out there. Switch it back to the daily chart. Let's take a look at the volume. Big volume to the downside out of this. For anybody that's holding it, is there anything that I can see out here that suggests any kind of low at hand? And no, the answer is no, not really. So noodles out here done with a huge volume on a daily basis out here. So they're dumping 1.7 million shares so far to the downside out here. So I hope that nobody out there is inside of noodles. Let's take a look at what else we have significant percentage-wise. There's a few of them. Red Robin Group, I believe that is a burger joint. Yeah, Red Robin Burgers. Net income, 9.4 million shares, $9.4 million net income, thank you, versus 11 million. So profits are down, revenues are up. So revenues are up. Maybe they're feeling the heat of the commodity issue with regard to higher beef prices, just higher commodity prices overall, right? The inflation that's out there, folks. If we take a look at Red Robin Group, get any kind of feel for where this thing is headed to, the answer is no. Well, I take that back. There we go. So Red Robin Group gapping down this morning here, and let's put this on a weekly time frame, get any kind of feel for any kind of high volume bar where it might be able to find some support out here. Give me a moment to pull that up on the screen out here. Boy, that is a nasty-looking stock chart. Volume out here, yeah, the volume is right here. So it broke out. Red Robin Group broke out of its little consolidation base out here. So it formed a nice base, in between the time period of May of 2011 and finally broke out in February of 2013. So a couple-year base out there, and then had some nice volume to the upside. February 18th was the breakout. The low of that session was 39.76, and the high was 45.88. And I would have to say that is where Red Robin Group is headed for, where it originally broke out from. If we go back, we've got about a minute and 20 seconds to go. Where we began the trading session was taking a look at the NQ, taking a look at the potential for a price RMI Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal out here. We're not getting it here during this 10 a.m. session that says you've got to go all the way. Now, you're not getting a breakout of it either, but what this does say is that it's the 12 noon session before we get any kind of information out there. And the pattern now, if we were to see a close here in the 39.51-ish, 234-ish area out here, the pattern that could form to the downside would be one of those three-river evening star patterns that we referred to earlier. Otherwise, a breakout here because you do have price traveling above its resistance level. All systems would be continue to go for the bulls out there. If I go take a look at the Dow futures, let's take a look at the week link out here, see if there's any message out here. At this stage, all we know is that the Dow has rejected no bearish pattern here as well, and it has rejected that unfair high, that market profile resistance zone of 16,625. So the longer that acts as resistance, the better off that the market conditions will be out there. One last peek. I don't know if I can do this in time here. Let's go see where the VIX index is traveling at. Stevie can do just about anything. The VIX index out here, is it below the 50-day exponential moving average? It most certainly is, and that is bullish mode out there. That 50-day exponential moving average, in order for the bears to get their hands around the noose around the market, you need to see it close above 1326. Folks, it is Terrific Thursday. As always, thanks so much for joining us here at TFNN. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you soon.